Hello again, beautiful people. Thank you for commenting on my last video. So, as I alluded to, I kind of grew up in the 80s, and a lot of people asked me what were the formative books that I read that changed my life, that saved my life. I will say that first we should note that I grew up before the internet existed. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit older now, and I didn't live in big cities that had good bookstores, so I had to rely on local libraries. The good news is I had a local librarian that was a little bit into fantasy. So after I learned about this game I talked about last time, which was Dungeons and Dragons, which eventually turned into Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, I started reading, and the books that kind of formed my life, that kind of saved everything, that kind of took me to a new land, a new world, opened my eyes and my mind to many different things. Some were written in the 80s, but I found out that many were written well before that, but they were mainstays to my life and what I could find in my local library. So I read things by authors like Frank Herbert, Isaac Asimov, Walter Farley, and Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, David Eddings, Piers Anthony, Terry Brooks, and a few others, and those were, again, thankfully in my local library. So the formative books that I found was things like the Belgariad series and then Dragonlance. Now, I've later found out that these series went on and on and on and on, which now that I'm doing these video series, I am so thankful for, because I'm going to pick it all up again. Even though there's so many more books to read, I'm going to pick these old series back up and then start climbing the ladder. As an example, when I read Dragonlance, I read like 6 or 7, and I thought that was the end of it. But now, today, there's over 140 books in that series. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it. Now, it's not all by the original authors. Many people have picked up the banner, so to speak. So, that's one I'm going to enjoy once again. Belgariad, kind of the same. There's originally 5 books, and those 5 books changed my life. That was a kind of a coming of season type thing, somebody young like myself and growing into something great. This is probably why I liked the Black Stallion series by Walter Farley also. Alec and the Black was such inspiring read. But those were written a long time ago. My notes here, 1941, ending in about 1989. So those were written well before I started reading, but inspiring nonetheless. So the top 8 again were Dragonlance, the Shannara series by Terry Brooks, the Xanth series by somebody named Piers Anthony, the Black Stallion series by Walter Farley, the Foundation series by Isaac Asimov. Those are older also. The Foundation was written in 1951, but good reads nonetheless. Dune, Dragon Riders of Pern, and the Belgariad. So those were the top 8 books, or book series, that were able to take me away from the pain that I had before and bring new light to my life. And I would recommend them to anybody. And again, I dare anybody to find any better books in the 80s. So this is your challenge. What books were the best that you found in your childhood? In my case, would be around the 80s. So these were my top. I'm looking forward to hearing your top. As always, take care, and I'll talk to you next time.